Okay, are we live?
Yeah, so I submitted a information request on the 3rd of this month, and I guess the 10 days to respond has come and gone, and I'm trying to find out what's going on with that.
Information request for what now?
For my incident reports involving my person.
Gotcha. Okay. What's your first and last name? All right, what's the callback number for you?
If my requests aren't honored as part of the United States, I expect we'll have to file some kind of criminal investigation because somebody's obstructing my ability to view my documents, the people's business.
I hear you. Did your information request that was through the Sheriff's Department?
It was to Lynn Hagerman, the Sheriff of Watauga County.
Gotcha. Okay. Hold on just for a second.
The clerk got the same request and responded promptly. So I expect the same treatment, and I expect all the data to be intact. I don't expect any obstruction, but if there is obstruction, I expect the officer to prosecute somebody violating my rights. Just to say.
So you just put this request in on the 3rd, and they had 10 days to get back to you, and it's past that 10 days, so you're going to see what's going on?
Yeah.
All right, well, just stand by for me just a second. Let me see what I can do. All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am.
Alrighty, so pretty much your options are is you can talk. You can either I can send you up to the sheriff's office, this number, or you can try to talk to him, or you can go ahead and try to get some legal advice from an attorney. Or
I don't need an attorney. I submitted an information request. According to the United States Constitution, you're supposed to submit that information to me because we're not a secretive society, and if it's not upheld, that means that you're violating my rights, and that's a criminal infraction. And every one of you sheriff's deputies are on the payroll to champion that we don't have our rights violated. Our rights to personal property, our rights to health, our rights to be the people and do the people's business. All these things is your responsibility. Not my property, not my life, my rights to my life, my rights to my person. And if it's being obstructed and you're referring me to an attorney to obstruct me, because an attorney has nothing to do with me doing my personal business. I don't need an attorney to tell you what I need. I told you what I need. I need all incident reports regarding my person. It's cut and dry like that. And if Mr. Hagerman don't want to produce the proper the documents requested, he's obstructed my constitutional right to audit the people's business. It's my person. Even if it wasn't my person, I still have the right to investigate the incident reports. I don't have to have an ongoing legal case. If I was submitting a subpoena, I would have to have an ongoing legal case. But I'm not in litigation. I'm requesting information that is my God-given right to have access to.
yes, sir.
Definitely involving my person.
I'm trying to help them out. Okay, so you just need any calls that have your name attached to them.
I want everything involving incident reports involving my person since 2011. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you hang tight for just a minute, okay, I'll transfer you over to someone who can print those out for you, okay?
Well, I'd rather just have an email. Honestly, I'd rather have an email.
Okay, you can talk with her to figure out the best way of delivering them to you, but you hang tight and I'll transfer you to them, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, this is Amy. Can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. This is. I'm trying to get the information regarding all incident reports involving myself since 2011 that the county sheriff's department has.
Okay, so everything that you would be involved with since 2011.
All incident reports, yes.
Okay.
And I really just want to get that email because I really don't want to waste the resources of paper and et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, what's a good email for you? Alright, and what's a good phone number if they had any questions when you're pulling all this data for you? 3841. Alright, I'll get this up to the front desk for the sheriff's office. They'll be the ones that would have actual reports of everything to get for you. All I have access to is like 911 records. So to actually get what the sheriff's office has done,
I want all the data points, including the 911s. I sent an email that encompassed what I wanted, but they've ignored that, so I'm calling back today, and apparently I spoke the right way, because, yes, I'd like that, please.
Okay, so for the 911, I would need either an address, and I can track it by address, or a phone number, and I can track by phone number. So which...
Will that be both? What I just give you?
The phone number that you get any 911 call from that, from 2011 forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you can look for. And then what address, what you can look for.
Just any kind of complaints or anything regarding that, yeah.
Okay. For the 911 portion, I can start working on all that for you. It will take a few days because that's over 10 years worth of data, so it's going to be a little bit. But then, like I said, for the sheriff's office report, I'll have you that up to them.
All right, that looks good. I mean, today's the 16th. I'll just be satisfied if I was to obtain that by the end of the month. Okay. And I will be back with you. Hold on a minute now. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Amy Snyder.
Amy Snyder.
I'm a services coordinator.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This third run, I've tried to keep that name off there, but I got to get this down. So
Let's come back at the end of the month and find out. Because this is garbage. They should have already delivered that shit. I shouldn't have to try to state all the rights and the privileges and shit. They ought to already know this shit. And it was written better in that email. I told them not to try to brush me off to another attorney. You violate my rights. If you're going to obstruct me from doing my personal business, you violate my rights. It's my data. And if it's all in there, it's going to show quite a bit of a conspiracy from the Board of Education to defame me and abduct my child. Because that's what they're doing. They've absolutely made it miserable to be a parent since 2011. Oh, it doesn't seem like that big of assault to accuse somebody of communicating 9 felony accounts of communicating threats in 2013. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal when you follow that person around for 8 months, harassing them at their work, trying to get them fired, trying to provoke them. And guess what, motherfuckers? You have provoked me into losing all kinds of my demeanor. You've assaulted me, and I cannot be myself. I have to have a remedy. Yes, ma'am. Sir. Hello?
Yes, this is Sergeant Smith.
Uh-huh.
I assume you're turning your recording device on?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, I got your phone or message that you called requesting all reports and 911 calls that you have made since 2011.
And all incident reports involving my person.
Okay. So this is more than a routine, sort of request for like a single report. How broad the request is. I'm going to need to run that by some folks and see what exactly we can give you.
Well, anything other than the full information, everything, is a breach of my rights, and you're responsible for defending my rights in that conversation. Anything but full disclosure is a breach of my rights.
Okay. Well,
if you're doing business as law enforcement, you're doing the people's business. It's all auditable. You cannot redact it to keep and protect anybody in the community. Okay, understand? Because that's perpetrating and giving aid and abetting to a foreign entity other than myself. Understood?
Well, I don't agree with.
Well, you might not agree. You can have your lawyer's shit explain it, but that's the facts.
Okay, so let me give you a little bit of some information about how to go about doing this.
I don't have to subpoena it. The clerks wouldn't take a subpoena. Just saying.
Okay, well that is what is required for the type of information you're asking.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no ongoing case. It's me trying to find out who's perpetrating all this conspiracy crap against me, and I want to access all the data regarding my person and every incident involving my person that the county and all agencies of government have perpetrated against my person. And your only job is to secure my rights to do so.
Yeah, so
and if I don't get my rights honored, you're to prosecute anybody who inhibits me from accessing this information of the people's business.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you what the process is, and all you're trying to do is fight me.
Well, I've already submitted a request, and you guys have violated it. You're going to tell me I have to contact a lawyer or I have to subpoena it, and that's not the fact. The fact is I requested information with a FOIA request that I crafted, and you guys are deliberately obstructing that. Now,
yeah,
speak.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. And I do believe that I do have a duty to you as a citizen, first of all. But my duty is also tempered by general statutes. And so what we can provide you and what you have requested are two different things. So
you can't tell me how you guys have been conspiring to defame me, harass me, terrorize me, and give comfort to foreign agents.
Okay. I don't know anything about foreign agents.
Anything foreign for myself, anything other than myself that you guys are aiding in defaming me by concealing their activities and is giving aid and comfort to a foreign agent is how I see it.
Mr. Griggs, I'm gonna say this one last time. Please try to listen. Okay. What you have requested, all the details of every narrative and 911 calls and all of that request, it may be that you can get those things, but that has to be done with a court order.
With a what?
With a court order.
Absolutely not. Anything that states that I have to have a court order in any regulations or rules is a violation against my rights. And you guys need to see that no statute is
Oh yeah. I had to stop it and start another one.
That request.
Hold on, I'll be right there. Get ADD and stop the recording. Okay. That's the top line of the conversation. Here's the next line. Hey, Jason, I'm still recording.
Every time I've called, it has been recognized that you guys can pull it right up and refer to the incident reports, and that's all I want is what you guys can refer to. What they've been doing since 2011
Not recording,
to
broadcast.
harass, bully, and terrorize
That
me
means they're live.
is
They
beyond
can hear everything.
the people's business. You don't
can't hear
accuse
you.
somebody of communicating threats and then follow them around and harass them and build a portfolio of all their business and not expect them to want to retrieve what you've done to sabotage his ability to make a living in the community. So go ahead and tell me how come I can't have this information.
Yeah, I've done that, and I really don't want to continue to argue.
Well, I don't want to argue either, but you guys have been aggressive for the last 13 years, at least since 2013. I did go back to 2011 because I'm curious to find out whether or not there's any documentation regarding sabotaging people's internet access and what they're saying on the internet as people's business.
Listen, so some of what you may be calling reports, you left voicemails on my machine saying that somehow I was interfering with your Wi-Fi device.
Somebody's interfering with my whole thing, and I'm not here to litigate all this.
And I'm sorry you don't have good Wi-Fi service at the house for whatever
Well,
reason.
I don't know why my internet goes out all the time. I was hoping you guys would figure out who was doing it. I think it's not beyond a lot of basic knowledge these days.
Yeah, so
And I was hoping you guys would stumble on it because I can't be at work and at home at the same time. That's what you're there for, is to protect my right to my personal possessions and my abilities.
Okay, I suggest if you have a Wi-Fi problem.
I've addressed that. It hadn't really remedied it. I mean, it's remedied for now. But next time my damn shit goes off and I try to access it and it's offline, I don't know. There's some slick people in this stuff. But without having access to these records, I'm just shooting in the dark trying to defend myself. You understand that, though, don't you?
Here's what I understand. Okay? I understand you make a lot of phone calls, claiming.
In 2013, the county employees started attacking me, and I was laying in here in the bed, sleeping, and next thing I know, I got FBI, SBI, all you guys harassing me from then till now. From then till now, and inhibiting my business in the community, claiming I communicated a threat, harassing the world out of me. You understand that? And I want to know the root of everything you guys have done since then.
Okay, that assumes that we have something against you.
No, I'm not putting a we in your pocket. I'm saying whoever's doing the people's law enforcement, the DOJ, the law enforcement and the government employee pool have perpetrated violations of my rights over and over and over, conspiring to defame me. You understand that? And I just want the data so I can mill through it and put together the proper charges so I'm not inferring that you've done anything. I don't even know you.
Right. So the reason that you referred to me is because I'm in charge
of the records, and you're to do what I requested, and that is give me the unredacted access to everything delivered to the email you were delivered. Yes. I've already hashed this out. Why do you think this is on your desk?
Okay. So
Are you being advised to not again, I'm not a fluid debater, but are you being advised not to comply?
Nobody is advising me about anything.
Well, then comply.
Well, it's not just a matter of complying with every wish that you have demanded here, because I can provide things that are lawful to provide, and I can't provide things that are not lawful to provide.
Okay, so you're saying there's stuff on that you've acquired and you've accumulated regarding me and people slandering and all these things. You can't. What can you not provide? You can put concerned citizen where individuals have called to complain. You don't have to divulge their names. I understand that. I can totally oblige by that because that makes sense. If somebody has concern, I'm not trying to retaliate against individuals who might have had a concern about something. I'm here to be sure I have all the data so I can get the people's business in line with the people's God-given protections. Mainly my person. I can't even deliver food because of the administrators of the community harassing and imprisoning me for going about my normal business.
So you can't go onto school properties because you've been banned from school properties. That's why you can't go to school.
I have not been banned through a court order from nowhere. I have illegal administrators under the color of law violating my rights, and you guys, the Watauga County Sheriff's Department, is aiding and abetting them because you guys are the ones who escorted me out of the Board of Education meeting where public speech is a fundamental right. So I need this information so I can get it to the proper prosecution so I can establish the right prosecution because I want to get it. And it's my information. It's my business. Everything you guys have done and involving my person has been in concert to conspire to defame me and give comfort to foreign entities.
All right. Again, it sounds like you're accusing us of conspiring against you.
I'm addressing your lack to perform your due diligence in championing my rights. There is no color of law that says I can be trespassed by anybody in public.
So
I didn't do anything. Do you have a criminal charge that says I did something at the Board of Education meeting that says that I can be trespassed? I didn't do anything. I spoke. I said, if you take a child out of a classroom for anything and you don't follow the state protocols, you belong in prison, period. And then I left. And then you guys trespassed me. That's not lawful, and that's not going to stand.
Okay. All right. So let me explain what I think.
I made a video of that. I made a recording of that. I did my due diligence in that interaction, and they sabotaged my social media account and vandalized what I had published. Just like a year and a half ago when I published a picture, some agency within the town, within this community, vandalized my social media to take a picture off. That did not go unnoticed. Don't think, oh, well, that person probably took it off. That person ain't got the reach or the ability to take it off.
All right.
So that was done and perpetrated by law enforcement. But you guys didn't champion my rights there. You went ahead and, instead of going through the courts, going through a judge, doing it properly, you decided to do an administrative action that is unlawful here in these United States. And every employee involved in that action is going to be prosecuted. I'm not threatening nothing. I'm just saying that's what's going to have to happen because that's the law. That's lawful.
All right. Here's what I think is the hang up in the issue. Okay. I think there's a disparity between what has actually occurred and the way that you've characterized.
I'm not trying to characterize it. I'm trying to get to the fact, and you're obstructing that ability. You're giving aid to foreign entities to obstruct my ability to access the public's business. You're the public's business, bud. Everything you do is the public's business. If they can identify what they want from you, you have to give it to the United States people. You have to.
Okay, so again, there's a disparity between what you think has to happen and what
law is
reality.
No, I do know reality, and what you're acting is you're losing your immunity. First off, I'm going to state that to you. You don't have immunity to circumvent our constitutional protections through any legislation or any statute within the states here of the United States. Even the Bill of Rights of the North Carolina don't let you diminish my rights. And you can't do anything as an executive to my rights without perpetrating a crime. And I'm just trying to get the information that is going to allow me to put the proper argument together. And you're obstructing that, Mr. Smith.
Okay, I'm not obstructing anything.
Well, then deliver it to me and stop telling me that you're not going to.
All right, so what you need to do is you need to have a court order for the things you're asking for.
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's my business. They won't give me a subpoena at the clerk's office because I don't have a current litigation going. You don't get to hide what you've been doing to me because I don't currently have a case. I'm collecting data. I'm collecting the people's business. All right, Mr. Smith, so you're denying me my constitutionally protected rights, correct?
No.
Then I'm able to audit everything you got, including video, cameras, body cameras, everything. Even this most recent, see, I can't even get this most recent. You guys are just obstructing everything. You're being a perpetrator, violating my rights.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you other than I'm sorry you see it that way.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not here to argue. I wrote you an email. I wrote the sheriff's office an email. You guys ignored it. Like every communication we've had, you guys seem to think you can pick and choose the violations of our rights that you prosecute, and that's not the fact. You have a due diligence to do that. I'm getting ready to do a writ for that magistrate that denied me the ability to press charges against an assault, kidnapping, and grand theft auto.
Okay.
You understand that?
Go for it.
I guess I'm working on it, sir.
Okay. All right. So, are you finished? I need to get back to
getting my paperwork and delivering it to me, unless you're just acknowledging that you're firmly going to obstruct my ability to obtain the information requested.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk in circles with you any longer.
All right.
So,
all right. Well, just violate away. Go ahead and obstruct everybody's ability to access their constitutional protected rights, because that's all you've done. I can't do this.
So he didn't hang up. It just lasted just a couple more words there, and then we were done. I believe I firmly have the right to access the people's business. I believe I firmly should be able to defend myself, seeing as how they're not going to prosecute the people conspiring against me. Now, I went back to 2011 with my desires of transparency within the county, which I was born in and have been a resident in my entire life. I have been here longer than all these deputies. I know the crap that's been in this county before even the senior deputies that are going to retire. And I've seen people give plea bargains. I've seen, oh God, I don't even want to tell you how many times I've seen people get entrapped, robbed, and taken advantage of by people who have immunity given to them by the sheriff's office of Shook, Red Lions, and now Hagerman. Every sheriff I've seen in my whole lifetime, start with Red Lions. I didn't know Ward Carroll, but start with Red Lions and Shook. I didn't know anything about Red Lions as I was young, but I did know that they harassed, bullied, and terrorized my family, my dad particularly, for driving vehicles that weren't tagged. Well, look, if you buy a vehicle and you drive it and they don't have a way to tag and insure and all this stuff like a dealer tag, and that's your trade is cars, and you're just traveling anyway, we're not going to litigate that. I've been aware my whole life. Used to have state troopers harass us. Me and my friend next door, we couldn't even cross 2-lane road without the sheriffs harassing us on a motorcycle to go to the dirt road to ride up onto the hay fields. Couldn't simply cross the road, couldn't get on a bike and cross a road without them coming and threatening to imprison us. But yet a tractor can cross the road. A tractor can drive down the road. A bicycle can drive down the road. But we're not allowed to cross the road with our machine. See the terrorism, the double standards, and the garbage that they're always perpetrating our whole lives. And I'm going to stop this right here because I want to share this with everybody. And it just saddens me that there's not one officer performing their due diligence when people are taking and displacing children. They think that they have to walk step with what the administrator says over the cliff. And that's what they've been brainwashed into thinking. You don't do that because that's prosecutable. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. I'm coming. Yeah. Yeah, well, just keep adding insult to injury. I need to stop this, ladies and gentlemen, but not for that call. Thank you.